can you please promise me that all my animals won't get poisoned?
Oh. We're in this campaign for our persistence and our determination. We're not going to win it in one single blockade or protest. We're not going to win it in one single meeting. We're going to win it drill rig by drill rig, gas hole by gas hole. We're going to win it shareholder by shareholder, price drop by price drop. Met gas go is at 17 cents as of yesterday.
Today you will probably also hear another claim by the government which says there has never been any proven incidents of water contamination by this industry. How many times have we heard it? Hundreds. Well, I think we must remember that it was only last year that Arrow Energy had to acknowledge that benzene, the cancer-causing benzene, had been found in half of their monitoring wells in Queensland at 6 to 15 times the drinking water standard. That isn't contamination. And also just recently the US EPA have investigated 23 drinking water wells which have been contaminated with hydraulic fracturing fluids. They've concluded that, they have released that document, and it's out there for all to see. And then what you hear in response to that is, oh, by the way, it's only shale gas, it's not coal seam gas. Well, how many here know that the International Energy Agency feel that coal seam gas, argue that coal seam gas is far, far worse than shale gas, far worse than what's happening in the States, mainly because it is so much closer to the drinking water that we so preciously need. So we're going to hear a lot of tales today. Just remember that this is a government who supports this industry.
The strategic land use policy was to identify significant prime agricultural land. If they want to go into an area that is considered prime agricultural land, all they have to do is go through a gateway process. And guess what? The gate is always open. Yeah. The policy says you can approve the mining application, or you can approve it with conditions. There are no grounds for refusal. Yeah. How mad is that?
Disgusting.
Well, I would have thought you would have showed your respect to the people that originally... Both elders, past and present, and any... Without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Brad Hazzard. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, can I thank all of you, obviously, for coming and expressing your views, but also to those who want to hear from the experts that are here today. The people who are here today, can I say to you, you either, I mean, there's ways of having discussions and there's ways.
Here today, trying to sell coal seam gas to mine our lands is sacrilege to us as a people. It's genocide to our culture and our way of life. Are helping the process of genociding us as a people who are the originals of this land. Do you know that this is what you are doing? You know it. You have a government who are hearing the protest of its constituents, but they don't see that you and the government are forcing us into a native title claim over country to give the government 85% management of all our lands, waters, minerals, and everything in it. And we are saying to you, no! constitutions, which the government of Australia is a state of, we have a right to determine our own destiny.
Yes!
Under the UN Constitution.
Yes!
And we're asking you, as a government, to live up to your standards and your requirements by the UN in regards to us as a people.
Yes!
Otherwise, we'll hand out to the people, not the government. We're here to open dialogue with everyone here.
Yes!
All the serve of Mother Earth. That's all we're here for.
A bit of context here. You are in an area, and you've heard from the original people. You are an area where all these other people who live here have made, through a plebiscite, an 87% vote against unconventional gas. That you are forcing this issue on the Northern Rivers is a joke. We call for you to revoke all CSG unconventional gas. We're talking about future generations and our grandchildren's children. That's why we're here.
Yes!
And this is about stakeholders, not shareholders. There are going to be people walking up here and giving you declarations from their roads. I call on you to accept them all and to take note, because we are not going to allow this to happen in the catchments of our rivers, in the tributary of our rivers. For the benefit of some JP Morgan and Sons shareholders, ERM, PetroChina, Dart Energy, or any other energy that wants to come in here and get short-term profits on the backs of our environment.
Dear Mr. Hazzard, I live next door to where the coals and gasfields are going in. Can you please promise me that all my animals won't get poisoned?
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to ask you questions, because this is where we live. The question was...
Answer her question!
She wrote this herself, by the way. Dear Mr. Hazzard, I live next door to where the coal seam gas wells are going in. Can you promise me my animals won't get poisoned? Can you promise her, Mr. Hazzard?
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman Ian's had his say, and so have some of the others, and we're going to have as much as we can. But we're also going to have... I think this is, can I say to you, I mean, Aaron and these little kids here don't deserve this. I think you really just need to settle down.
We don't deserve this, man. We don't.
Okay. If you want to have a public meeting, we'll have a public meeting. If you want to take...
in this area, where we're not radicals, we're grandmothers, we're mothers, we're workers, and we've got our backs to the wall, and Mr. Thomas George can testify that this never happened here before.
I'm happy to take all of your questions and all of your answers, but there are people who would actually like to hear the answers too, so we've got to work on that, folks.
Shame.
So we were also told, and this is a very interesting one, that there would be a triple bottom line analysis, an analysis of the economics, the society and environment in regard to coal seam gas. And in fact, there is, but it's voluntary. The coal seam gas miners can do it if they want. And that's one of the things that absolutely characterises this policy, that they have been massively subverted by the coal seam gas and mining industries. And it just goes on and on. We have our very own Minister Brad Hazzard. He said, "I can assure the member that we intend to protect all areas of high conservation value through the process that we are developing." Okay, that's what he said. That was in Parliament in November 25th, 2011. What is the reality? The maps of Tier 1 biodiversity areas were included in the draft land use plans, but they were removed from the final policy. And why were they removed? Because of lobbying from the gas industry.